sorrow of Moldavia command you.
Oh, command me, Lord!
Hey everybody, Jason here of GhostbustersNews.com, and as always, Ghostbusters News right here on YouTube. And earlier this year, we took a look at the Proton Pack body kit from Max Factory. Now, if you've ever wanted to own your own Proton Pack or build your own Proton Pack, and you just haven't lived that dream yet, I highly recommend you check out that video, and we have a link to it down below in this video's description. But in short, Max Factory's replica parts, they are some of the most picture-perfect Ghostbuster replica parts you're ever gonna see. And that is because Max Factory, they were given access to original hero props straight from the Sony Pictures Entertainment archives. So when you actually get a Proton Pack part from Max Factory, there's actually some lineage there to, once again, the original hero props. And they just launched two brand new items that at first glance look to be pretty much about the same. On the left-hand side, we've got the Idealized Booster Heatsink, otherwise known as the Booster Frame. And then on the right, we've got the Legacy Booster Heatsink, once again otherwise known as the Booster Frame. Now let's first go ahead and take a look at the Idealized Booster Heatsink. You can see it does come with everything you're going to need to install it, including screws, flat washers, and a hex key. Now taking a look at the actual detail of the booster frame, I gotta say I'm kind of floored here. For those that don't know, the actual frame itself actually included two pencils. And you can actually see the writing here from those pencils on this frame. It's got that Dixon branding. You can see USA stamped in on the left-hand side there. And like I mentioned before, this is regarded as the idealized booster frame. And I know you're asking right now, Jason, what do you mean by idealized? Well, it starts with the casting of that original superhero Proton Pack from the original '84 film. And then Max Factory went in and they cleaned it up. So the line work is more even. It's got a much more streamlined look and feel. Really, at the end of the day, it's just a much better and, more importantly, cleaner looking prop piece. But let's say you don't want all those slight modifications to your booster frame or your other Proton Pack pieces. Well, Max Factory, they got you covered, as they also have the Legacy booster frame. And like I said, at first glance here, this one looks about the same, at least when it comes to the packaging. It comes with all the same pieces, the hex key, the washers, the screws. But taking it out of the bag here, you're going to notice it's a bit different than that Idealized booster frame. Because much like that Idealized one, this is a casting taken directly off of one of those original superhero Proton Packs. But with this one, all the surface details, all the imperfections, they have all been preserved, perfectly capturing that original hero prop. Now it's actually really cool here, you can actually still make out some of the stamp working on those pencils. As well, you can also see some of the damage, the markings, and really just the overall unevenness of this replica prop piece. Like, let's do a quick comparison between the two here. On the left-hand side, we've got the Idealized booster frame, and on the right-hand side, we've got that Legacy booster frame. Like, I really love that Idealized rendition, but at the same time, there is something about that Legacy booster frame, warts and all, that makes me think that's the one I'm gonna go with when it comes to the Proton Pack I'm currently building. Now, much like the other Max Factory items, these pieces don't necessarily need to be attached to a Max Factory body kit. If you've got a Proton Pack at home that you've already built or you've already purchased and you just like to upgrade your booster frame, it should be pretty easy to do. Once again, buying these from Max Factory, you get the screws, you get the washers, you get the hex key. Now, if you'd like to grab either of these, Max Factory's first run sold out very, very quickly, but another run is on the way. And as I mentioned at the top of the video, we do have a link to their website, once again, maxfactory.com, down below in this video's description. I'd recommend bookmarking it, checking it daily, and seeing what Proton Pack pieces they add. Now that's all I've got for you here right now. As always, be sure to subscribe to Ghostbusters News here on YouTube. Bust that bell notification icon to stay up to date with everything that's happening within the Ghostbusters world. If you'd like to join up with Ghostbusters News, check out our Patreon page. We have a link to that down below in this video's description, and I'll see everybody right back here next time.